चीटिंग जो होती है वो क्या होती है? इज इट ओनली रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू अ सेक्सुअल रिलेशनशिप?
Physical cheating is a very small part. Emotional cheating is what is the biggest problem. Courts criminalize only physical cheating. Emotional cheating का तो कुछ कोई दायरा ही नहीं है.
Meet Dr. Sheetal Nair, a psychotherapist, best-selling author and 3-time TEDx speaker. With over 16 years of experience and as the founder of Better Mind Waves, Dr. Nair guides people through trauma, burnout and leadership challenges. He's also India's only certified affair coach, helping people navigating the complexities of relationships. Today, we unveil the truth behind infidelity and what it means in today's world. एक मदर है, उसने अपना जीवन जो है उसको बच्चों और फैमिली में डिवोट कर दिया and suddenly she's feeling neglected. And I'm sure this neglect is not something which seeps in overnight. There have been years and years behind it. So, is it justified?
Not at all. It's not justified at
तो
all.
उसका क्या इलाज क्या है उसका? अगर affair is not the solution and if it's not justified.
First and foremost, need to realize कि आपकी relationship में miss क्या है. What is the missing spice in your relationship? You want to be avoiding this situation. Ensure that you're aware. The 3 A's. A man who undresses in front of his wife will be still scared to undress his real emotions in front of her. Our society, our Indian society, mentally tortures men into this, phase wherein a man cannot open up, a man cannot cry.
Absolutely.
So, as a wife, as a partner, I always feel that you have to make sure that your man is comfortable enough to express his deepest, darkest secrets. Don't judge him.
So a lot of people feel it's easier कि मैं शादी में भी रहूं लेकिन मुझे जो खुशी चाहिए जो हैप्पीनेस मुझे यहाँ नहीं मिली वो मैं बाहर से ले लूँ और दोनों गाड़ियाँ मेरी चलती रहें. Is that a right thing to do?
No, it's a horrible thing to do, but that is why affairs are happening.
So I want to ask you why. Please explain why is it not right to do?
सोसाइटी में ये जाके कहना कि मेरी शादी टूट गई है इसका मतलब ये है कि यू आर अ फेल्ड हस्बैंड, यू आर अ फेल्ड वाइफ एंड द मदर्स विल कम एंड से तू इतना भी नहीं कर पाए. मैं तो मेरे पापा की सारी चीज़ें सुन लेती थी, तुम इतना ही नहीं कर पाए. विमेन आर विमेन्स वर्स्ट एनिमीज. अगर एक औरत को बाहर निकालो सबसे पहले वो औरतें ही हैं जो सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत देंगी. बट दैट इज नॉट द केस विथ मेन.
If somebody is having an affair, okay, and now they want to get out of it. Now there are 3 people involved in this dynamics, right? I'm just trying to understand who should you try to be fair to?
तोड़ना बहुत आसान है. इट्स वेरी इजी टू ब्रेक. इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू सस्टेन थ्रू ऑल दीज क्रैक्स. इट इज़ पॉसिबल फॉर बोथ द पार्टनर्स हैव टू कम्युनिकेट, अंडरस्टैंड, एक्सेप्ट एंड देन मूव ऑन.
अगर इतना इंसिडेंस बढ़ गया है अफेयर्स का, why is the institution of marriage still there? All good? You need to be actually nervous because of me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Place this a bit ahead.
Comfortable?
Yeah.
1 घंटा बैठना है ऐसे.
हाँ.
हिलना नहीं है आपको. Is it rolling now? Welcome, Dr. Sheetal Nair.
Thank you, Chhavi. Great to be here.
So, I remember when I was talking to you on the phone, आपने बहुत सारी चीज़ें बताई कि आप ये भी करते हैं, ये भी करते हैं, बहुत सारी बिजनेस कोचिंग करते हैं, काउंसलिंग करते हैं, रिलेशनशिप्स के बारे में बात करते हैं. बट वन थिंग दैट स्टक विद मी इज़ दैट यू आर एन अफेयर कोच एंड यू आर अ सर्टिफाइड अफेयर कोच एंड द ओनली वन इन इंडिया, इफ आई एम राइट.
Absolutely.
तो सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए कि थेरेपी सुनी है, रिलेशनशिप काउंसलिंग सुनी है, ये अफेयर कोच क्या होता है? आर यू teaching people the fine art of infidelity?
No, not at all, not at all. That sounds very blasphemous, to be very honest with you. But no, I'm not doing that. I am a peace coach per se. I help people achieve peace and success in their life, and I am a certified relationship coach. While dabbling with relationships in the myriad of relationships which are there in our country and the cosmopolitan structure of relationships, I came across affairs, and I realized one thing: कि human beings are we're very prone to getting something new in our life. We love having something new in our life. It is a part of a dopamine rush जो हमारे दिमाग में आता है, and thus affairs are very common. They are not very well accepted. People don't really embrace it a lot, but then it's always there in the next nook and corner. As you know, as we were speaking before this, that water just seeps into cracks, just like that affairs just seeps around us. And that's when I realized that if I want to become a really good relationship coach, I have to get trained on handling affairs. And I started studying about it like 3.5, 4 years ago. I have a coach, I have a teacher in US. Her name is Lauren. So she taught me, and I am a certified affair coach. I help people handle affairs in the sense that if you want to get out of it, I can help you. If you want to stay there and also manage your relationship and not feel extraordinarily guilty, if that's what works for you, I can do that also. And if you just want to stay away from this altogether and have a very stable relationship, then I'm there for you.
Amazing. So, just like I'm telling you, I've never heard about an affair coach before. I was Googling and I was on ChatGPT trying to understand what your scope of work is as an affair coach. And I came across some very interesting statistics, okay? Have you heard about Gleedon?
I do.
Okay, I had not. This is the first time that I came across Gleedon, which is an extramarital dating app by women. It has a staggering 3 million registered users in India. Approximately 55% of married Indians admit to being unfaithful at least once. 56% of those admitting infidelity are women. 40% of married Indians confess to digital affairs. 61% say humans are not naturally monogamous. 41% are open to partners suggesting open relationship. And 35% claim to already being in one. And India's user base grew, hold your breath, by approximately 734% after adultery was decriminalized in 2018. अभी decriminalized तो हो गई है, लेकिन civil courts में अभी भी adultery is adultery, right?
True.
It's still a very solid ground for divorce. तो ऐसा भी मैंने पढ़ा कि डिवोर्स के लिए अगर आप फाइल करते हैं तो आपको प्रूव करना होता है कि सेक्सुअल रिलेशंस थे. जस्ट बाय एक्सचेंजिंग सम मैसेजेस और एक्सचेंजिंग सम पिक्चर्स इज नॉट प्रूफ इनफ फॉर इनफिडेलिटी. तो एग्जैक्टली चीटिंग जो होती है वो क्या होती है? इज इट ओनली रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू अ सेक्सुअल रिलेशनशिप?
ओके, दिस अ वेरी वाइड स्कोप. ये प्रश्न बड़ा दिलचस्प है एंड इट्स अ वेरी ब्रॉड थिंग. सो आई एम जस्ट गोना पुट सम माइथोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट इनटू इट. यू रिमेंबर द्रौपदी फ्रॉम महाभारत. डू यू थिंक द्रौपदी चीटेड? She got married to 5 people. Do you think she cheated? No. But there is an angle to Mahabharata wherein Draupadi is emotionally cheating with Karna. Okay. Now, is that cheating? So there are multiple facets to cheating.
What is emotionally cheating?
Exactly. So emotionally cheating is when you are with a partner but you crave for someone else. There are times the couples in reality are with their partners physically and mentally, but they have transfixed the image of someone else into what their husbands or their wives are. That is emotional cheating. And you actually are not just doing that, but you're dependent on other people. You call them friends. You're dependent on your friends for everything that is emotional. Birthdays, hanging out, coffee breaks. Not your spouse, but your friends. That is also emotional cheating. Why was marriage as an institution put across? Marriage was put across ताकि हम human beings को एक structure मिल जाए, एक family का essence मिल जाए, and हम लोग एक community, एक society में जुड़े रहें. Otherwise, human beings, just like other animals, would just mate, have a family, just move on. That's what happens to majority of the people. So cheating has multiple facets. One is emotional cheating. The physical cheating is what we are all aware of, getting physical with someone else, having a physical relationship with someone else, and then, getting caught. There's so much which is there in the market around it. But physical cheating is a very small part. Emotional cheating is what is the biggest problem. And the moment you get into an emotional cheating sphere, is when the physical cheating may or may not happen. Courts criminalize only physical cheating. Emotional cheating का तो कोई दायरा ही नहीं है. There's no definition for it. But किसी भी relationship के अंदर ये सबसे important चीज़ होती है. Cocaine एक addiction है, correct? People get addicted to cocaine. The release of dopamine in your brain that happens because of cocaine is exactly what happens in an affair too. आपके ब्रेन के अंदर से उसी प्रकार के केमिकल्स रिलीज होते हैं. इट इज़ एज एडिक्टिव एज अ कोकेन का शॉट इज.
वाओ, ओके. तो कोई ओके, तो इसमें से कौन सी चीटिंग जो है जो ज़्यादा डेट्रीमेंटल होती है एक रिलेशनशिप के लिए, लाइक इमोशनल चीटिंग और फिजिकल चीटिंग? ऑफ कोर्स बोथ मस्ट बी वर्स, बट what is, if you have to have an affair, what is a better kind of an affair? What is a good affair?
Okay, there's no good affair. I am an affair coach and I would not like to categorize anything as a good affair. But see, any relationship exists for a specific reason. Why are you in a relationship? You have a partner. That partner is supposed to understand you, respect you. You have to feel alive with the partner. आप एक रिश्ते के अंदर जाते हैं, रिश्ते के अंदर 5 साल हो जाते हैं, 10 साल हो जाते हैं, 15-20 साल के बाद, as you said, growth in a relationship happens. Individuals change. जिस इंसान से आपने शादी की है, आज वो ही इंसान वैसा का वैसा है नहीं. They have changed. Are you still in love with that person? Do you still like sharing space with that person? Do you feel alive when you're there with that person? If you don't feel alive, then you're bound to cheat. And this cheating starts emotionally only. The first step of cheating is emotional cheating. You're starting looking for attention. You start looking for validation You start looking for some sort of minor scope of sunshine in your otherwise dark and dull life. जो रूटीन हो जाती है. क्यों रूटीन हो जाती है? सो लाइक हम ये हमेशा कहते हैं कि women have the problem because once they have children, the husbands are not interested in the females, and the women start feeling neglected. Then there is the emptiness syndrome when the mother is given a lot to the child and the child suddenly has become 18 and he or she has moved out for education. And the mother doesn't have a husband, mother doesn't have children. So emptiness syndrome may also the mother starts looking for some attention. But we victimize women. We're not looking at the other partner here. Which is very weird, right? Our society is so misogynistic in the sense that they only and only look at one gender. So the point is, equally both are at fault. And the cheating begins always emotionally. That's the first step. वैलिडेशन आपको जहाँ मिलता है आप उस तरफ आपका झुकाव बढ़ जाता है, आपका रुझान उस तरफ चला जाता है, एंड देन इट translates into multiple things: physical proximity, cheating of different nature, financial cheating also happens in relationships.
What is financial cheating?
So we have a lot of this sugar daddies and sugar mommy effects, right? Like,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like you have guys and girls who are dependent on the partner purely for money's sake, and that's very common. And many times couples don't realize the other partner is spending from the common pool corpus, bleeding heavily and spending on the other person. And by the time the wife or the husband realizes, it's pretty much late. So that's also a part of cheating.
But the way you are talking right now, ये जो आप void की बात कर रहे हैं कि एक mother है, उसने अपना जीवन जो है उसको बच्चों और family में devote कर दिया, and suddenly she's feeling neglected. And I'm sure this neglect is not something which seeps in overnight. There have been years and years behind it. So is it justified?
Not at all. It's not justified at
तो
all.
उसका क्या इलाज क्या है, उसका फिर solution क्या हो सकता है उसका, अगर affair is not the solution and if it's not justified? So what should a person in that situation do?
See, if I have a problem, first and foremost, I need to realize that I have a problem. If I don't realize I have a problem, then I'll keep on indulging the same thing. Like for example, अगर पूरा दिन मैं थक हार के काम करके घर पे आता हूँ and suddenly I feel like having a cookie. I just have a cookie and I have a cup of chai and I feel like so energized. That's a sugar rush. It is not me addressing the fatigue that I have.
Okay.
Right. Similarly, just merely having minor attention from someone else and then just going for that and thinking that it is complementing your relationship is not the solution. Either of the partners first and foremost need to realize कि आपकी relationship में miss क्या है. What is the missing spice in your relationship? See, when you start dating, the honeymoon phase, okay, before probably the marriage, if at all in a romantic relationship, the honeymoon phase is there. You have to live with that person. आपको उसकी बातें सुने बिना नींद नहीं आती है. The babu shona phase or whatever the phase is there. Then you get married. The first year is amazing, and then reality bites. You know, you have responsibilities, you have life per se, you have to also ensure that money comes in. One partner or both the partners have to work today. In a city like Mumbai, maximum city, it's crazy expensive. So both partners are out, you don't hardly get time to spend with each other. So relationship में जब आपका जो spouse है वो change हो रहा है, आपने देखा ही नहीं है. You're not even aware as to your partner's changing. So how will you address that? For that, you have to realize that there's some change which is happening. You have to sit across the table, talk to them. And that is why I always suggest to people that, you know, just like a routine body checkup, जो आप साल में एक बार करते हैं, you should always have a couples therapy at least once a year. Reach out to a counselor just for a random checkup. Let the counselor tell you, both of you are in a relationship with the same space or not. Have you grown apart? हमारा जो कल्चर है उसके अंदर एक तो थेरेपी, काउंसलर्स, these are like taboo words. You know, people don't talk about it. एंड किसी अच्छे खासे कपल को अगर आप कहो कि आप रिलेशनशिप काउंसलिंग में जाओ तो अरे डिवोर्स हो रहा है, सेपरेशन हो रहा है, कुछ दिक्कत है. यू नो, दैट्स क्रेजी. यू डोंट आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन कि आपने साल में एक बार बॉडी चेकअप करवाया, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं, रूटीन चेकअप है. सो व्हाई कांट योर रूटीन चेकअप विद अ इमोशनल चेकअप बी डन? That way, at least you're aware as to is the other partner at the same space, or have you anchored at one space and the other partner's drifted apart? You never know. As a couple, you both are in the journey together, right? You have common goals. Now suddenly you realize बच्चे हो गए, the mother is anchored at one shore and the father's ship has sailed. You're not even aware. How do you come to know? It's not possible. So first and foremost, I always tell every single couple, you want to be avoiding this situation, ensure that you're aware. The 3 A's. A, be aware as to what the relationship status is. B, be able enough that once you're aware that something's gone wrong, to confront your partner. Okay, you know what? Something's changed. And once you're aware and you're able, take action. Without these 3 A's, you will end up either being in an affair or your partner's gonna get into one. Life is very fast these days, and cheating is as simple as switching on your Instagram. Simple. Someone will slide into your DMs and you never know. And suddenly start cheating.
But it sounds really simple when you put it like that, but I want to just come back to reality and say that it's not that simple. And as somebody who's been married for 20 years and been with the same guy for the last 21 years, I want to say कि बात करने से बहुत चीज़ें solve नहीं होती हैं. कि अगर आप अपना point of view सामने वाले के सामने रखते भी हैं, and I'm speaking from both perspectives, okay? I do it, he does it. When you do that, sometimes it's not received the way you want it to be received, and hence no action is taken, and sometimes it makes matters worse.
True.
Like a small thing, and I'm sure my audience will relate to it a lot. Women have this habit of asking, do you love me? How much do you love me? Do you still love me?
True.
We just keep asking that for no rhyme or reason. कुछ हुआ नहीं है, सब ठीक चल रहा है, and we ask that question. And अब 20 साल तक आप यही सवाल पूछते रहोगे अगर हर दूसरे दिन, तो सामने वाले का रिएक्शन 20 साल तक सेम नहीं आएगा, राइट? उनका रिएक्शन भी चेंज होगा. अब उनके रिएक्शन के साथ हमारा रिस्पॉन्स भी चेंज होगा. सो समटाइम्स यू जस्ट फील कि आई रियली वांट टू आस्क, do you still love me? But I don't have the guts to ask anymore. Why can't I just why can't you just say, yeah, baby, I love you, and move on, So, छोटी-छोटी, ये तो छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल हो गया. ऐसे बड़े-बड़े बहुत चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जब आप कम्युनिकेट करना चाहते हैं. आप चाहते हैं कि सामने वाला जो है वो आपके हिसाब से रिएक्ट करे या एटलीस्ट मेक सम एफर्ट, बट इट डजंट हैपन. देन व्हाट डू यू डू?
That is exactly why I said. So you see, men and women both are very different. They're engineered in different way. They think differently, they act differently, they behave differently. You ask a question to a woman, she probably will listen to you very nicely, passively, understand what is necessary. A man is very active, so he would love to give solutions.
Yeah.
He's a tool making guy, so he'll always have a tool. So when you ask this question, the simple solution here is talk. But as I said, once a year, reach out to a counselor. Let the counselor be there in front of you when you talk. So when your point is put across, you always have a higher authority trying to explain the other person as to what you mean. So when you say that 20 साल के बाद also you have the same question, how much do you love me? Do you still love me? I am very sure जो paradigms on which you are basing asking your question are different from the 2-year relationship या 2 साल की शादी के बाद जब आपने कहा कि do you love me? तब आपको जो आंसर सुनना था और अब, is it same? It's not, right? It's different. Am I correct? So similarly, needs will change. So always better to have someone in front trying to ensure that your dialogues are well. But it's not so easy. It's not so easy to get onto a table. It's very easily said कि आप मिलिए counselor को जाइए, get it done. Men take offense.
Yeah.
Men, B. I also am obviously a man. So men don't like to discuss their private lives in public. And the moment a woman would come and say कि चलो जाके relationship counselor को मिलते हैं, तो the man would suddenly say, is there something wrong? And then automatically the red flags come. Is she cheating? Have I done something wrong?
Okay.
The first thing that a man would say, is she cheating? Is something gone wrong? Suddenly the man would suddenly start noticing, why are you so much on your phone? तुम क्या कर रही हो? So because of these reasons, many times women don't even try to talk to a man. And then women are like कि क्या पता, he is already under so much stress, इतना pressure है. जबकि प्रेशर इक्वल है. I mean, the society is so weird, right? Indian society specifically, बड़ा clear है. Men are under too much pressure. Why? Because they are supposed to go out and make money. And what is a woman supposed to do? It's very weird. But this dichotomy which is there in the society is a societal construct. You can't do much about it. Like शादी के बाद जब intimacy होती है, that intimacy is also forced intimacy, na? Many times. I mean, the Supreme Court talks a lot about, marital rape, etc. But that forced intimacy also leads to this. So the simple solution here, which I would love to talk to your audience or share with your audience, is ensure that you as a couple have the flame of yours being a couple alive. For that you can have date nights, you can have once a month dating, or at least try to talk to your partner about what you want, what your needs are. As basic as something like sex. Why do you want to have sex? The sex that you had probably a year into your marriage and the probably 15 years after your marriage is very different. The duration is different, the frequency is different. But the point is, sometimes you just want to be held. That physical proximity itself is necessary. But for that also you have to communicate, right?
Yes.
And it is not the responsibility of women alone to communicate. Why should a woman only communicate? The man also should communicate. And if he is not capable enough to communicate, then obviously
I think most men are not capable of communicating their
not.
deepest feelings.
they are not. They are worried. They are scared.
They want to put everything into logic.
They do. They do. And that's how their brain is engineered. A man who undresses in front of his wife will be still scared to undress his real emotions in front of her. Because of some stupid reasons and because of something that our society has constructed. A man will not be able to cry because men can't cry.
Yeah.
I've written so many papers about the fact that our society, our Indian society, mentally tortures men into this, phase wherein a man cannot open up, a man cannot cry. We probably Srishant crying or Vinod Kambli crying on national television. We have started putting them across as weak people. And the moment we start doing that and we celebrate, macho men like Ranbir Kapoor in Animal or Shahid Kapoor in Kabir Singh, we like macho men. We don't like men who cry. So that's the idea that is there in the minds of man. How will he cry?
Absolutely.
So as a wife, as a partner, I always feel that you have to make sure that your man is comfortable enough to express his deepest, darkest secrets. Don't judge him. Because the more that you invest in this part or this facet of your man, the more that he's able to undress his real emotions in front of you, the better it is for your relationship.
But all these things that you listed, okay, कि ये होता है, and as per statistics also, affairs are still happening, okay? So obviously people are not able to navigate around these situations as well as they should, and people grow out of each other, out of love, or they just grow into different individuals with different needs. तो जब आप ऐसे लोगों को काउंसल करते हैं, अफेयर कोच का जब आप रोल प्ले करते हैं, what exactly do you tell somebody who wants to be in an affair and also wants to be in a relationship?
See, when someone reaches out to me with this basic solution, and my team basically does the initial discussion with them, and I get a brief that they are in a confused relationship status, and when we get into a personal one-to-one session, the first question I ask them is, are you guilty? Do you want to continue this? Because this guilt is something which flows into the mind automatically.
Correct.
So once that high, that dopamine high goes away, there's a cortisol ka block which comes into our mind, and suddenly you feel guilty. You want to exit the relationship or you want to exit the affair. But the moment you get that taste of that addiction, you go back to that again and again. So if I have to ensure that my clients are safe or my clients are very clear as to what they need, I need to ensure that they are aware of what their needs
Correct.
are. So I basically ask them, what do you want to do? You want to stop it? You want to exit it? You want to understand the reasons why you are in it? Or you want to continue it? And you want to communicate to your partner. See, relationships are very dynamically changing. We have open relationships today. We have thruples today, not just couples. We have 3 people in relationships. The Gleason statistics that you shared, I mean, you'll be surprised. If I may ask you a question, why do you think the maximum affairs in India are happening today?
Why do I think?
Where?
I don't know, like tier
You
1?
would- Tier 1 cities, that's what you feel. But in reality, if you check Gleason's reports, you'll find that tier 1 cities, yes, but tier 2 cities are the ones which are topping tier 1 cities.
Oh.
The reason basically being that tier 2 city is trying to mimic a tier 1 city. People are there upwardly mobile. And these upwardly mobile people are the ones who are committing the affairs maximum. Like the traveling salesman phenomena is what we call them, where the traveling salesman is automatically having an affair. It's an understood fact. So we ask the clients as to what do you want to do. So the moment the client makes an informed decision, then we work on it. And I'll be very honest that 75 to 80% of the people who reach out, they want to exit.
Okay.
They don't want to continue because they are all guilty. They have had this block and they have had their share of fun. A lot of times people are scared now because majority of them have gotten into affairs and now they are worried whether that affair will come and bite them in their ass.
Right.
Because the partner doesn't know. They are at a very good level in the society. So we have to sometimes, try to go and get that sorted also.
Oh.
So because there's so much which is happening.
तो अब इसमें दो, now if somebody is having an affair, okay, and now they want to get out of it, now there are three people involved in this dynamics, right? एक तो आपका स्पाउस हो गया और एक आपका पार्टनर हो गया. तो अगर आप पार्टनर को छोड़ रहे हो, आपका जो जिसके साथ अफेयर चल रहा है, आई मीन आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड who should you try to be fair to, because when you have a marriage, it's the two of you, right? You are committing and the other person is committing, but when you're having an affair also, it's the two of you, you're committing to that person as well. So technically you're responsible towards that person as well. So guilt to dono taraf se hi aayega. What is the solution out of it now? What is the right decision in this case if you want to choose one?
So I'll give you an example. So there was this female who reached out. She was in her mid-40s, in a very, very good relationship that he was having. And her husband basically travels out of India for work. And he is usually away for 2 to 3 months. They have a very good looking son who's again studying abroad. Now that emptiness syndrome, not having a husband around, was there. So she started hanging out a bit too much with her husband's partner. And one thing led to the other, and they became intimate. The best part is that husband's partner is married to her best friend.
Oh God, okay.
Okay, so now this is a
How is that the best part? Tell me.
So this is a very complicated khichdi sort of a situation that has come across. Now, when we sat down with her, so I basically asked, karna kya hai? So she was very guilty. She said that I made a mistake. I have probably crossed a barrier which I do not think I'll be able to come back from. So what do I do? So I said, are you ready to get all the blowbacks from being openly committing on an affair? You want to go and tell your husband? Is that something what you want to do? Is that something that you are okay to do? And she was very brave. She said, I think I want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we asked her to convince her husband to come down for a relationship counseling.
Okay.
He came down. So we sat down across, and during the sessions, it came across that she has committed an affair, and the reasons were very clearly justified. The husband was distraught, and it led one thing led to the other. They separated for some time, but it took us 18 odd months through relationship counseling, continuous feedback, continuous coaching. Now they're staying back together. Now it sounds very simple. It was not. A lot of emotional turmoil, lot of crying, lot of heartbreaks, lot of trust gone amiss.
Of course.
But through all this, one thing which the husband was very kind of, he told me this. The husband was a very spiritual man, and I asked him to read the Bhagavad Gita, and he said ki I now I know why you asked me to read the Gita. So in Gita, Arjun ko Krishna ji कहते हैं एक चीज़ कहते हैं कि as a divine being, I know for a fact that human beings are going to make mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. As a divine being, I am aware that human beings will make a mistake, and it's okay. I am ready to forgive you. So he said that if Krishna Bhagwan can forgive, why can't I forgive? My wife, who stood by me through the thick and thin, I'm ready to give her another opportunity. See, this thing is very interesting. हमारा दिमाग ना न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी कहते हैं. आपने जब पहली बार गाड़ी चलानी सीखी थी तो आपको पता है गियर चेंज करना पड़ता था. You used to give so much attention to your gears, your clutch, your brake. Nowadays in the automatics that doesn't happen. But still, after some time you just started driving automatically. Correct? That is neuroplasticity, because your brain has now become so accustomed to your gears and everything, you don't really need to focus. Relationship भी ऐसा ही होता है. The moment you start trusting your husband or wife, it just happens, no? She or he is always going to be there for you. The moment that trust is broken, वो न्यूरोप्लास्टिक जो कनेक्शन टूट जाता है, काफ़ी बार लोगों को लगता है कि वापस जुड़ नहीं सकता है, एंड इसलिए डिवोर्सेस और सेपरेशन होता है. हम ये कहते हैं कि ज़रूरी नहीं है. We can get a new neural pathway created. We can ensure that you can again trust your partner. And we have proven it. It's possible. तोड़ना बहुत आसान है. It's very easy to break. It's very hard to sustain through all these cracks. So, that's one example which I've always tried to put across, that it is possible for both the partners have to communicate, understand, accept, and then move on.
So when somebody, now I'm going to talk about the person who's been cheated on.
Yeah.
Okay. When the partner cheats on you, and let's say the partner now is guilty, like you're saying, 75% of times partners who are cheating are guilty. Now they want to come back home and, salvage whatever's left of the relationship. How do you exactly understand, as the person who's been cheated on, how do you understand that my partner is genuinely trying to make an effort? What are the signs to look out for कि भैया ये try कर रहे हैं, कर रहा है या कर रही है? तो इसलिए मौका देना चाहिए? How do you know that the effort is genuine? What if it's just like, अभी थोड़ा dust settle हो जाए तो then I'll go back and start again?
You know your husband very well. You will also understand कि जब वो रात को सोते हैं किस तरफ करवट लेते हैं, कितनी गहरी उनकी नींद है. काफ़ी बार जब कपल स्पेंड सो मच टाइम विथ ईच अदर, छोटी छोटी चीज़ें भी आपकी नज़र में आ जाती हैं. बिना कहे भी अनकही चीज़ें भी आपको समझ में आ जाती हैं. रिलेशनशिप के अंदर भी ऐसा ही है. अगर यू ऑनेस्टली जेन्युइनली वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड वेदर योर पार्टनर्स रियली फीलिंग गिल्टी, रियली ट्राइंग टू मेक अमेंड्स और नॉट, नन ऑफ अस आर क्लेयरवॉयंट. हमने किसी ने फ्यूचर देखा नहीं है. वी डू नॉट नो व्हाट्स गोना हैपन नेक्स्ट. वी हैव टू ट्रस्ट एंड टेक थिंग्स एज इज coming across. So I always tell that partner who's been cheated upon that, take it with a pinch of salt. Make sure that you're monitoring it on a regular basis. See, once your guards are down, you never know what's going to happen. So let your guards stay up for some time. See, the other partner is expecting it as it is because he or she has cheated, right? So he or she...
Keeping your guards up means check if he's still having an affair.
No, I don't say check still if he's still having an affair. Keep a cross check on how he is
towards you.
Yes.
Okay.
See, there are two things. You hire a private investigator, keep a tab on what your husband or wife is doing. That's waste of money, I personally feel. I mean, unless and until you want to get a divorce and you have some settlement in your mind, that's what you're trying to do. Otherwise, make sure that his behavior or her behavior to you is genuine. कभी कभी हम ओवर कंपनसेट करते हैं ना. चीटिंग स्पाउसेस ओवर कंपनसेट बहुत करते हैं.
ओके.
सडनली अगर आपको दिखता है कि आपके हस्बैंड है सडनली बहुत अच्छा बिहेव कर रहे हैं तो अंडरस्टैंड देयर समथिंग गॉन रॉन्ग. तो आई डोंट थिंक मेरे को कहने की भी ज़रूरत है, सबको पता ही है ये. बट द प्रॉब्लम इज़ दैट जब द पर्सन इज चीटिंग एंड वो अमेंड कर रहे हैं तो सी हाउ कंसिस्टेंट द बिहेवियर इज. सो कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की. If the person is consistent, if the person is continuously making efforts and you can genuinely see that warmth existing, then you are okay. So keep your guards up till the time you are not satisfied. And there is a timeline to it. But it's not like a SOP based thing कि हाँ इतना कर लिया तो हो गया. There is no standard. Human beings are so weird. There is no standard to it. I mean, to be very honest with you, I was working with a couple who was going through something else and I suddenly realized the other person went into an affair. I mean, it's weird. See, one person cheated. He came back. He told her that I made a mistake. He was making amends. We were working together and suddenly we realized 4 months down the line she's cheating with someone else. So it's weird. There's no Likert scale which can give you a rating.
तो मेरे दिमाग में ये सवाल आ रहा है कि अगर इतना इंसिडेंस बढ़ गया है अफेयर्स का, why is the institution of marriage still there?
Because we want it to be there.
What is a person gaining? Okay, I want to genuinely understand this. If somebody is getting attracted to somebody else and you're saying कि वहाँ उसको emotional comfort भी मिल रहा है, उसको physical comfort भी मिल रहा है, a shoulder to cry on भी मिल रहा है, सब कुछ हो रहा है, तो ये why is it not a better alternative to leave this and then head towards that? Why do you want to sail in two boats at the same time?
Okay, there's a longer answer here. We have more divorces in the western part of the world than in the eastern part. And when I say eastern part, I'm not taking India alone. I'm talking about the entire East, India and the Far East altogether. As a culture, we have this thing that family is a very strong construct. So we had a joint family, now we have nuclear families, and marriages are very important here. That is why you'll see people splurging crazy amount of money in marriages to ensure that there's a good marriage which happens. Image is maintained because marriage is associated with family ka image, and family ka image is somehow associated with perfection and happiness. Okay, I don't say that you need to have a very strong marriage. I don't tell that as a society you have to hold on to the idea of marriage. You should stay in a relationship only and only it serves you well as an individual. Okay. So I always tell the couple this: if you cannot stay in a marriage, then just stay for your children. That's what your idea is. Then the children as it is going to be unhappy because बच्चों को तो पहले ही पता चल जाएगा कि माँ बाप एक दूसरे से प्यार नहीं करते. Why are you trying to keep a facade up? Get out of it. Separate, live individually and have a happy life. So divorces are getting more in India also. Earlier women didn't have a choice.
I think financial independence plays a huge role
It
there.
It does. Society used to screw women into accepting a marriage, accepting a husband who has been infidel to the core. Infidelity is there, which is accepted.
Correct.
There are many women who's like, ठीक है, he goes, वापस तो मेरे पास ही आते हैं.
हाँ, or at least he's providing, he's taking care of the children.
And they use that as a, what do you call, a banner to say that I have a successful life. I mean, let me very...
I'm the permanent.
Yeah. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Jaya Bachchan telling about Abhishek Bachchan to Shahrukh Khan कि हाँ तुम्हारे पापा तो हसीन लड़कियों के साथ ऐसे ही नाचते थे. That is, in a way, trying to tell the son that it's okay, na, but still he comes back to me. That's stupidity to the core. And that's what even our movies have been telling. It's just the last few, I think 5-6 years, now we are seeing movies wherein people are talking about mainstream relationships, living separately. That is accepted. And that should be the core. If you cannot satisfy yourself in a relationship, there is no point in continuing. Get out of it. Stay and have a happy life. If you are there in a relationship just to ensure that your family is happy, your name is... It doesn't
Image
work.
is intact.
It doesn't work that way.
So you're saying ki even like a lot of people I've seen that they stay in a marriage which is not working only for the sake of children.
Yeah.
But you're saying even for the sake of children, it makes more sense for you to separate if you can't make it work together.
Tell me one thing, if a child is there, he sees his mother and father being so cold and frozen with each other, he goes and hangs out with his friends and their parents are so lovey-dovey with each other, what do you think the child is going to see? How do you think your child is going to have a relationship? He's going to have a frigid relationship. The way you behave as a parent, if you get up at 6 in the morning, your child will always have the habit of getting up 6 in the morning. As a parent, if you sleep at 2 in the morning, you cannot go up and tell your child कि अरे बेटा जल्दी सो जा. नहीं सोएगा यार, तो आप खुद 2 बजे सो रहे हो. तो जो आप रिलेशनशिप में कर रहे हो, आपका बच्चा वही देख रहा है. My father and mother having a frigid relationship, I will also have a frigid relationship. So you are doing a disservice to your child by in that relationship. छोड़ दो, अच्छी ज़िंदगी जियो. एटलीस्ट महीने में 1 बार, हफ्ते में 2 बार, 1 बार जाके अपने पार्टनर के साथ अच्छे से मिलो, अच्छी बातें करो. Rekindle those happy moments.
Right.
Reminisce those great times. So child will like, हाँ, mom, dad are so civil with each other. At least the child knows that. So that is why I say that marriage is something which should be always an option that you should ensure that is there if you're happy. If you're not happy, please leave.
So here I want to highlight something very important is that it's very ideal if your marriage is not working, you're not happy as an individual in the marriage, then you should just break away from it, live independently or live with the partner that you're more interested in. But it's not as simple. बिकॉज एक तो आप शादी करते हैं तो आपका सब कुछ साथ में है, आपकी प्रॉपर्टीज भी साथ में, आपके फाइनेंसेस साथ में है, एंड लाइक यू सेड सोसाइटी, देयर इज एन इमेज दैट यू हैव टू मेंटेन इन सोसाइटी. सो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल फील इट्स ईजियर कि मैं शादी में भी रहूं लेकिन मुझे जो खुशी चाहिए, जो हैप्पीनेस मुझे यहाँ नहीं मिली, वो मैं बाहर से ले लूँ और दोनों गाड़ियाँ मेरी चलती रहें. इज दैट अ राइट थिंग टू डू?
No, it's a horrible thing to do, but that is why affairs are happening.
So I want to ask you why. Please explain why is it not right to do?
Bride's price, dowry, is it a right thing to do?
No.
Why do you think the society came with the idea? लड़की को भेजना है, लड़की को अच्छे से सेटल करना है, तो पैसा दे के भेजो, वो अपने घर में खुश रहेगी, सब अच्छा रहेगा, लड़के भी खुश, लड़की की फैमिली भी खुश, दोनों खुश. ये हमने पहले से एक नियम बना दिया, ठीक है, एंड इट बिकेम, इट्स अ सोशल ईवल टुडे, वी आर अवेयर ऑफ इट. दिस इज़ ऑल्सो एग्जैक्टली द सेम. हम 2 नाव में सवार होके कहीं पे भी नहीं जा सकते. Because we are not Ajay Devgans of the world who can just split and the bikes will keep on traveling. It doesn't happen. You will get hurt very badly. Now, in an affair, the reason why men and women both do that is because society में ये जाके कहना कि मेरी शादी टूट गई है, इसका मतलब ये है कि you are a failed husband, you are a failed wife, and the mothers will come and say, तू इतना भी नहीं कर पाए, मैं तो मेरे पापा की सारी चीज़ें सुन लेती थी, तुम इतना ही नहीं कर पाए. The women are women's worst enemies. अगर एक औरत को बाहर निकलो, सबसे पहले वो औरतें ही हैं जो सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत देंगी. But that is not the case with men. You will not find a man saying, अरे stay in the marriage. Why does that happen? Think about it. Think about it. You will not see a man. So women, this is for all your audiences. You go to a male friend and say, my marriage is not. The guy is not going to say, नहीं तुझे रहना चाहिए. He would rather say कि क्या हो गया? What's the solution to this? But you go to a woman and she's like, नहीं, you should be. तुम्हारा पति है, तुम्हारा घर है, बच्चा है, कितनी मेहनत की? क्या मेहनत? For what reason? See, essentially हम सब भूल गए कि what exactly are you on this earth for? Okay, I mean our शास्त्र say that आपने इतने साले करोड़ों कर्म किए and then you get into this life so that you can enjoy and be happy. If you're not happy, in a relationship. Why are you there? Doesn't make any sense. Don't let the society fool you into doing something for the society ka bidding. It is the society's bidding. So society is happy if there is a construct which is very happy. Now, the point which you very clearly said, financial. So let's be clear now. A woman when she gets married, does she or does she not ask the husband, तुम कितना कमाते हो? हाँ. तो ये क्लैरिटी क्यों नहीं हो सकती कि शादी करते टाइम आप एग्रीमेंट बना दो, प्रीनप्शियल्स बना दो, हैव क्लैरिटी, स्प्लिट फाइनेंसेस क्यों नहीं कर सकते? कर सकते हैं. See, हमारी law as of now, Indian law is not so great. We don't have prenups that easily there, but then that can be done, and it should be done. For a cosmopolitan woman, for a woman who is moving up, I would always suggest get a clarity in terms of finances, because that is the first thing which impedes a woman's moving out of a relationship. The next is the societal image that comes through. I mean, you are not your parents.
Correct.
You are not your surname. Okay. I am what I am. My surname carries a name, but that's it. That's about it. You are yourself. I am Sheetal. You are Chhavi. So Chhavi has to be happy. Sheetal has to be happy, irrespective of whatever name is beside Chhavi. Mittal, Hussain, whatever comes, Nair, whatever it is. The idea is that the moment you start focusing on that, focusing on Chhavi, if Chhavi is happy, then Chhavi के आसपास पटेल लगे, मित्तल लगे, कुछ भी लगे, Chhavi खुश है ना? That's what needs to be done.
Right.
And that's what women need to embrace. Men honestly are, as it is, a bit more mobile in this case. They are embracing. You will see the divorce rates. You will find that men are more prone to getting divorces than women these days.
Absolutely. And I want to give one example over here. Recently, I heard one man talk about this कि मेरी बीवी ने मुझसे डिवोर्स बार बार डिवोर्स मांग ली थी यार, ये हो गया, आई वॉन्ट टू लीव यू, आई वॉन्ट टू लीव यू, और ये कई साल चलता रहा ये धमकी. जिस दिन मैंने उसको बोला ना ठीक है लेट्स टेक अ डिवोर्स, उस दिन के बाद से उसने दोबारा डिवोर्स की बात नहीं उठाई. Which is, I mean, it just makes me feel that, yeah, women are so, even if she wants to separate, even if she wants to get out, she's just so helpless that she cannot get out of it no matter what. And the men, once they understand this, that this is just an empty threat, they kind of manipulate that.
Yeah, there's a free license, right? You have a license to kill.
Yeah.
Now, because you know your wife's not going to leave you. She's just going to be there. So you go commit as much adultery as you want. You be the worst husband that you can be. Your wife's not going to go anywhere. And there were women, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. They used to live like that. Even today, there are women who are suffocated in a relationship.
Yeah.
Just because the society doesn't allow them to go and say, yes, I'm separated. Society looks down upon women who are separated. How horrible is that? Society doesn't look down upon men who are separated.
Yeah, absolutely. And also women, I feel they suddenly get the focus of every man's attention once, oh, she's single, she's back in the market, That also I've seen with a lot of divorced women. They've actually, I've been told, divorced women and women who are single still at 40, that it's not we never get that, it's always a bad kind of look which we get from men. If a man would never just want to take you out for coffee.
But why would not a man get that from a woman?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there is another disparity here. So, the idea here is that if a woman is available, okay, irrespective of whatever age she is, a man would always hit on her. A man, irrespective of the fact whether he's committed or single. But that's not the case with women. Women will not randomly go and hit on men. So that is the reason why this happens. And this happens because of the programming that is there in our brains. And it doesn't happen in India, it happens everywhere.
Okay.
It's a very common thing. But here in our country, women are looked upon very badly. A man can easily go and say, I am 50, I am single. I am divorced, I am separated. And women will be like, okay, they are more accustomed, they are okay with the idea. But it is these same women who will look down upon women who are separated. I am again telling you, women look down more on women than men ever do. Men are more accepting to women. And that is a psyche which has been created by generational conditioning of our brains, by rituals, by stuff like Karwa Chauth. I mean, not against it, but we are just entering, na, 2 दिन के बाद Karwa Chauth hai. So it's something like that. Those rituals sort of make it a thing that, agar nahi hai to fir you're not a good wife. Like that's something.
I think this conversation is never ending. But I want to ask you one last question. Was man and women, humans, born monogamous?
No, humans were not born monogamous, and the reason why majority of the religions, Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Islam, everyone wants a man and a woman to get married and get into a construct is so that they can be controlled. It is essential for animals to be controlled, and we are animals. Let's be very honest. We are just intelligent animals. If we do not have a construct which is known as society, we do not have a construct known as family, then we will have nothing. It will be chaos. There won't be any order in the world. Just imagine, you're a good-looking man. There is no thing known as family construct. He can just go and do what he wants, or she can do what she wants. Cleopatra. I mean, just imagine. She was there and she has been with so many men, and she used to control kingdoms with her beauty and the way she was. So, animals and human beings were not born monogamous. And the biggest example here would be Buddha. Buddha actually told people that go back, let go of society, man should just focus on being better. And it is the Hinduism, it is, we try to get men and women back into सोसाइटी का फोल्ड. अदरवाइज इंसान क्या कर रहा था, बस भगवान में लीन होने के लिए जस्ट जंगल में जा रहा था. सो दैट अगेन वुड बी लाइक men going back into the wilderness, which is not great. So no, man was not monogamous, but it became good because it gave order to the world.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like order to the world? I mean, we still would love to go to a cafe, pay $300, have a cup of coffee. Just imagine going to a cafe, paying 300 rupees, and the cafe saying, "I'll not serve you." What's going to happen? Would not like that, would you?
Correct. Anybody else has a question? Sid, anything?
I can't. Not on camera.
Not on camera, but you're not on camera. I'm on camera. Ask me.
I don't want to be heard.
Do you have a question? Okay. All good?
Done? Great.
All right then. Thank you so much. I think I've asked you too many questions, and I just want to leave my audience with the thought कि भाई monogamy or polygamy. I mean, we are still, I think, understanding what we are made of, and this conversation was not absolutely in any way trying to justify affairs, but I think we were just trying to send out a message that don't be judgmental towards people. What somebody is going through in their personal lives is something that only they know, and everybody is trying to do the best to be happy, like you said, to be happy as an individual, to be happy as who you are. When you remove all the garbs that you are wearing for society, your family and your parents and your husbands and your children and all of that, who you are and what you want to be happy. And in that, many times, we end up hurting other people. We end up hurting people who are close to us. And relationships are something which is so complicated, and even more so in the age of social media, in the age of apps like Gleeden, and in the age of so much information floating around and so much accessibility to other people around us. Once again, just want to say, let's not be judgmental, but let's try to work things out and take into account this whole, I love that idea of yearly body checkups and yearly checkups of relationships. Let's try to do a yearly checkup of what kind of relationship are we in. Is it still something that we want? Is it still something that our partner wants? If not, can we work through it and can we make it work? So I hope you like this conversation. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. You're watching Candid Confessions with Chhavi. This is both of us signing out. Love and peace from us to you.